So, all right, we are in the next class. We are in 11th grade right now. This is the class that starts from 6:10 to 7:10 in the afternoon. And the topic of this class is natural disasters, how it can affect people's life, and what are plans of evacuation, and what could be the results of these natural disasters in our lives. So, mainly, that will be the things that we are going to talk about. Um, I'm going to wait a few minutes for some students to join. If there are no students in the class by the end of this, I will just start speaking for myself and giving the class myself, talking about some of these topics. And I have understood that these classes are going to be uploaded to a web page, maybe YouTube. So if people see it, they can, well, they can learn a little bit and they can also contact me uh, via Teams or any other mean, and I can help you with the information I'm giving in these classes. Um, so let's wait a little bit and I'll start the class if there's no one available. Okay, class. So there is no one. Let's do this. So natural disasters. Let's see. What is a natural disaster by itself? So if we go to the definition of natural disaster, we could see. Bum, 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 bum. Okay, let's talk a little bit. A natural disaster. The definition. Let's see if I have volume. Yeah, I do. The definition of a natural disaster. A natural disaster are extreme, sudden events caused by natural process of the earth. They can cause significant harm to people, property, and the environment. While they can be destructive, they are also a natural part of Earth's systems. So I'm gonna use a different method of the other class because we want to keep things different. And in the other class, I just spoke for a very long time about what the topic was. And the other class was about cultural identity. You're welcome to go to that one. And in this one, we are talking about natural disasters. So, what I want to do, and I was saying this in the class before this one, is one of my goals with the students is that they learn new words that they can incorporate in their everyday language and everyday talking. And they can also develop skills to talk with people in a more fluent way, taking away all the shyness that could be present, and to learning how to speak proper, not just trying to translate things exactly from the Spanish language to the English one. Um, so is the those are the important uh, things for me to share, to give, to teach. And in order to do that, in this case, I'm gonna talk a little bit about what is a natural, what are these concepts about? And I'm gonna try to explain some words um, and also try to translate these things so you can hear the version in English, the version in Spanish. You can write some vocabulary in a notebook or any other electronic way or physical way that you want. So you can study this in another day or today. Yesterday I was speaking to a student that then a very good way to learn a new language is to try to learn at least some words each day. You can try to learn like 5 words or something like that. And then the next day you learn another 5 words. So in the end, you will have in the end of of these 2 days, you will have 10 words. So that is one way that you can develop an easy way where you will learn new vocabulary, and through new vocabulary, you will have a very good base to start speaking more fluently because and the other challenge will be knowing the right times when you are speaking. If you are talking in a past tense or present, or you are using present progressive, past progressive, um, um, yeah, there are a lot of ways that you can speak depending of what you are trying to say. So that will be maybe the challenge. There are some for those that have a little bit of knowledge in English, you will know that there are some regular verbs that they have their past tense in the same way, adding ed to the end of the word. Uh, and there are also irregular verbs that change completely, like I eat, I ate in the past, I have eaten in present perfect. So these words change. There are no way that I can give you all the words because um, those are lists of words that you have no other choice but to study them. Um, But what I'm trying to say is that through vocabulary, you can have a way to defend yourself and to speak maybe not in a perfect way, but in a very good way uh, in the end. So this will be the main goal, what I'm trying to pursue with this. And let's talk a little bit about what I was just saying about natural disasters. So I have my document, but I just touched it and it went away. Here. So natural disasters are extreme sudden events caused by natural forces that result in major damage to the environment, human life, property, and infrastructure. The meaning in Spanish. Desastres naturales son eventos extremos, repentinos, causados por fuerzas de la naturaleza que resultan en daños grandes o mayores al ambiente, la vida, la propiedad, la infraestructura. Unas palabras que podemos sacar de ahí son sudden, que significa repentino, major sería grandes. Damage es daño. Environment es una palabra que la van a encontrar mucho. Significa ambiente. Life, que es vida. Infrastructure, que es infraestructura. So continuing in English, the other part of the paragraph, it's they are not caused by human activity. Through human impact, though human impact can make them worse, these disasters can strike suddenly, like earthquakes, or develop over time, like droughts. So I'm gonna translate this to Spanish right now. Estas no son causadas por actividad humana, pero sin embargo, la actividad humana puede impactar y hacerlas peor. Estos desastres naturales pueden pegar repentinamente, como los terremotos, o desarrollarse con el tiempo, como las sequías. Same process as we were in a few minutes ago. I'm gonna say some words and important words that can adapt to your vocabulary, and it's important for you to know. So these words could be um, activity, actividad. Cause is in the past tense, but the present form will be cause. Both of them pronounced very similar. Uh, it's because it's a regular verb. You just add ed to the end when you have the perfect uh, present or the past tense. So continuing with the vocabulary, disasters es un desastre. Strike es como pegar. Puede ser usarse desde cosas como béisbol, donde la persona no pegó y tiene el nombre de strike, como también en el hecho del verbo mismo, que es pegar. O sea, strike es un golpe repentino en algo donde pegas algo. Suddenly significa de repente. Earthquake es una de las palabras elementales en este tema. It's one of the elemental words in this topic. And it significa un terremoto. Develop significa desarrollar. Over time, over significa sobre, time es tiempo, over time significa a través del tiempo. Droughts significan sequías. So I'm going to continue with the next part of the definition that will be natural disasters are usually classified into geological, meteorological, hydrological, climatological, and biological categories. So these are more complex words, palabras más complejas. Em, lo que dice son las diferentes, lo voy a traducir literal y luego lo explico. Desastres naturales son usualmente clasificados en geológicos, meteorológicos, hidrológicos, climatológicos y biológicos, en categorías de ese tipo. Ahora, one of the things that I was speaking, talking to a student yesterday is that you cannot translate in the same way when you speak in Spanish to English. You can never do that in a new language because each language has their own structure, their own way of saying things, even though they can be similar in some way, and they do have some differences when you want to make a sentence or to say a paragraph. So in English, there is a particularity where some of these words that normally in Spanish go after another word. In English, they change places and go first. So that is one of the particularities of English, but there are also others. So keep in mind that you cannot translate exactly in Spanish as when you want to speak in English. And in this case, the word categories is in the end. And normally when you speak in Spanish, you will say this word in first place. You normally don't say eh, hidrológico, climatológico y formas biológicas categorías, sino que normalmente se dice categorías hidrológicas, climatológicas y biológicas. That is what I'm trying to say. The structure is different. And that is a perfect example of what I was saying, that some words go first place and then in the end, another ones. So let's continue with the information and then I'm going to translate again. Types of natural disaster with details. Uh, could be a geological disaster where these relate to movement of the earth crust. In the earthquakes, what is an earthquake? It's a sudden shaking of the ground caused by movement of tectonic plates. The causes of an earthquake is plate tectonics, volcanic activity, and man-made actions like mining. Impacts could be building collapse, tsunamis if under the sea, landslides, and fatalities. Examples of these could be the 2010 Haiti earthquake, the 2011 Japan earthquake, and tsunami. Another natural disaster is the volcanic eruptions. They are explosive eruption of magma from beneath the Earth's surface. The impacts that these have is lava flows, ash clouds, climate effects, and forced evacuations. Examples of these could be Mount Vesuvius, Mount St. Helens, Iceland's, weirdly, I can say this, 2010. And tsunamis is another example that are huge ocean waves caused by underwater earthquakes or volcanic eruptions. So let's go point by point. An earthquake. What is an earthquake? Terremoto. So it's a sudden shaking of the ground caused by movement of tectonic plates. Es un, una sacudida repentina de la Tierra causada por un movimiento de la placa tectónica. Como decía, hay palabras que no se pueden traducir literalmente. Para quien más o menos tiene un conocimiento de inglés, probablemente vio que algunas de esas palabras cambiaron de lugar. Em, entonces, esto pasa mucho con este idioma. Traducción de algunas palabras importantes. Sudden, repentino. Shaking significa sacudida, sacudiéndose. En este caso es un gerundio, está en progresivo. Em, The ground, o nada más la palabra ground, significa tierra, cause, causada, movement, movimiento, y tectonic es tectónico, plates son placas. Tectonic plates son placas tectónicas. La causa de esto, causes, plate tectonics, volcanic activity, or man-made actions like mining. Volvemos otra vez a placas tectónicas, el inicio. Activity sería la palabra que está con volcanic, actividad volcánica. Man-made actions es una palabra compuesta. Man-made está unida por un guión, significa hecho por el hombre. Actions sería acciones y mining sería minería. Impacts, building collapse, tsunamis, landslides, and fatalities. Eh, building collapse se refiere, building significa edificio, collapse significa colapsar, edificios que se colapsan. Tsunamis es un tsunami. Landslides, que significa este deslizamiento de tierra, es una palabra compuesta, pero se escribe todo junto. Nada más para explicarles el origen de la palabra. Land significa tierra, slide significa deslizar, landslides es deslizamiento de tierra. Fatalities, fatalidades. Ok, let's go with volcanic eruptions. So the definition will be explosive eruption of magma from beneath the Earth's surface. Explosive significa explosivo, eruption, erupción, magma es magma, beneath significa debajo, earth significa tierra, se puede usar tanto en la tierra del suelo como para decir planeta Tierra, nada más se cambia la mayúscula por el hecho de la forma gramática, darle más respeto. Y surface significa superficie. The impacts are lava flow, ash clouds, climate effects, and forced evacuations. In this case, I'm going to explain again the translation. Flows significa eh, los flujos, entonces los flujos de lava flows. Ash significa cenizas, clouds significa nubes, entonces serían las nubes de ceniza, ash clouds. Climate effects, effects es efecto, climate es climático, efectos climáticos. Force significa forzada, evacuations, evacuaciones. Entonces, forced evacuations serían evacuaciones forzadas. So right now we're going with the third point that are tsunamis. And what are a tsunami? It's a huge ocean wave caused by underwater earthquake or volcanic eruption. So, huge es grande, ocean es océano, wave son olas, cause causada, underwater, debajo del agua, earthquakes, ya lo aprendimos, es terremoto y volcanic eruption son erupciones volcánicas. En traducción en español, bueno, primero en inglés, huge ocean waves caused by underwater earthquakes or volcanic eruptions. Traducción son que son grandes olas oceánicas causadas por terremotos submarinos o erupciones volcánicas. So, this is a little bit of vocabulary on what is our topic right now. Um, let's see if I have definition of another thing. Here. So, we'll be talking about floods. Flood is una inundación. What is a flood? It's an overflow of water onto normally dry land. Overflow significa desbordado. Em, Water es agua. Onto es una preposición, es encima. Normally, normal, dry es seco y land es tierra. Entonces, es un desbordamiento de agua en lo que normalmente sería tierra seca. Causes of these are heavy rainfall, snow melt, storm surges, and then failure. Traducción, heavy rainfall, heavy es pesado, rain es lluvia, fall es caída, rainfall es caída de lluvia y heavy rainfall sería una caída fuerte de lluvia. Snow melt significa que cuando tenemos una montaña que está llena de nieve y la nieve se derrite, entonces toda esa agua cae, sería melt es derretir, snow es nieve, entonces la nieve derretida. Storm sería una tormenta. Storm surges. Surges es como fuerzas, entonces es como una tormenta repentina. Y dam es una represa. Failure es falla, entonces sería la falla de una represa. Este, en teoría, bueno, no en teoría, o sea, en la práctica mismo, estamos hablando de que las causas son estas. Este, lluvias, tormentas, puede fallar una represa o nieve que se derrita. Son algunas de las causas de una inundación. Impacts are property damage, loss of life, displacement, and waterborne diseases. Traducción sería property, propiedad. Damage me confundo entre las dos lenguas. Em, es daño. Loss es pérdida. Life es vida. Displacement es y desplazamientos. And waterborne diseases son propiedades, diseases, enfermedad, waterborne es que viene del agua. Entonces, en traducción, property damage, loss of life, displacement and waterborne diseases, traducido al español sería daño a la propiedad, pérdida de vida, desplazamientos y enfermedades que, o sea, nacen o permanecen en el agua. Next topic will be drugs. The definition is extended period of deficient rainfall leading to water shortages. Traducción de eso, or the translation, will be periodos extensos de caída de agua deficiente que lleva a falta de agua. Extended es extendido, period, periodo, deficient, deficiente, rainfall, caída de lluvia, leading, que lleva a, lead se puede usar de muchas formas. Significa líder y significa también usado como verbo que lleva a, o sea, o que lidera llevando a. Shortage es que falta, hay una falta, short es cortos, la palabra es una de esas palabras creadas combinando, entonces shortage es una falta de, y en este caso está unida con water o cerca de water, entonces sería falta de agua. Causes are lack of precipitation, high temperature, and climate change. Traducido, lack significa falta, precipitation es precipitaciones, high es alto, temperature, temperatura, climate, clima, change es cambio. Entonces, volviendo otra vez, sería lack of precipitation, falta de precipitación es la causa de las sequías, high temperatures, altas temperaturas, climate change sería cambios climáticos. Impacts of this will be crop failure, water shortage, food insecurity, and economic losses. So, uh, stop. Uh, em, Crop significa em, cultivo. Crop es un cultivo, failure es falla, entonces fallas en los cultivos, uno de los impactos. Shortage, water shortage will be falta de agua. Food insecurity es inseguridad de lluvia y economic losses, economic es económico, losses es pérdida, entonces pérdidas económicas. Ok. So guys, it's been a pleasure, ha sido un placer poder estar con ustedes. Espero tener más alumnos próximamente. Dejaré la clase hasta aquí porque realmente siento que no le pueden sacar provecho de esta manera. Definitivamente queda mi contacto de alguna manera para que me puedan contactar en horas extra o lo que sea. Yo les ayudo. When I say this in English, I'm going to keep the class until here because there are not enough students. So I cannot interact with you. I cannot teach you in the right way. And I would like to do so, but in order to do that, you have to be present in the class. Either way, I'm gonna leave my contact, my personal information in there so you can speak to me and contact me. I will take some time to answer any question that you have regarding this topic and well, that I can give you the information that you need because that is the goal of this to teach you in a language. This thing that I was trying to do is teach you in a virtual way, but because I don't know your level of English, I don't know how many words you know in your vocabulary, I cannot teach you properly because maybe I'm speaking and you can understand me. So the right way to do this is that I can evaluate each of you and to see what you can do, what you know, and in order to teach you, I can adapt my classes to each of you as a group and individually. So that will be all. Have a very good afternoon. I'll be here tomorrow. I hope to see some of you around so I can teach you about this topic and any other topic in the next weeks. Bye.